Sports Network.
Shot up in transition. No, Bowens follows through and jams it down with two hands.
We're getting you set for game day with the countdown to tip-off, powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, the official beverage of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing laser-focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service-built. By Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Quality Suites, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Feeds Bush at the right point. Around a Dyer left wing. Dyer wants another three. Splash! Rin ace in fuego!
Now, here's the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Greetings, salutations, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome courtside to historic Frosty Holt Fieldhouse, where the Eagles and Catawba, College Catawba Indians, looking to both snap two-game losing streaks in a matchup that is pivotal for SAC standings purposes. The Eagles 2.5 games back of a home game in the first round of the South Atlantic Conference Championships. The Indians are in 7th, but have a couple-game lead on 8th place Lenore-Rhine. So this one absolutely crucial for jockeying within the league standings, and both the Eagles and Indians trying to close strong down the stretch of this regular season. This is the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Service you can trust and value, you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we are AEC, member-owned and service-driven. We check in with Chuck Benson. His pregame comments head your way after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
An interview with head coach Chuck Benson heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Time to check in with the Eagles head coach. Here's Chuck Benson alongside the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Continuing on the AEC countdown to tip-off as we come to you from Holt Fieldhouse today as the Eagles take on the Catawba College Catawba Indians. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, for the first time in series history, have an opportunity to win 4 consecutive games against Catawba, and a team that you had some late-game struggles with in the meeting in Shuford after building a double-digit lead. What's it take to finish 40 minutes against the Indians today here in Holt?
Well, they are, as you know, one of the most talented rosters in this league. They've got a lot of depth, and they're hungry, man. This is, as we move on through February, every team sort of got its own sort of agenda, and they're trying to solidify their position in that top 8 for the conference tournament. So this is a big opportunity for them, and we know they're going to come in here loaded for bear.
You have a week off, a rare treat in the middle of February between games, and it feels like it came at the perfect time for your team, reeling a little bit after a tough second half at Queens. How did you use this time to reset?
We took a couple days to sort of recover physically because this has been a long, grueling season. But then come Tuesday, we got back on the court and started considering items that needed addressing on both sides of the ball. With that, we're able to get Rendire back on the court with us, and we feel like that's going to be a really nice addition. But I like what our guys have been doing this week, and I feel like there were some questions that need to be answered, and I think we got those answered.
Rendire as a nice addition might be the understatement of the year from you. The so-called standard at times. What really does having him back on the floor enable your team to do?
Well, he just plays with such a ferocious style, and it's contagious. It's been difficult, Cav, as you know. He's missed 8 games this year, and it's been sort of a start-stop kind of thing for him. He plays some, he doesn't get to play some, he plays some, he doesn't get to play some. So I think this will actually be the third start, his own little personal mini season within a season for us this year. And you wrap that in with the fact that we've had Luke Brennigan out for 2 games, we've had Tripp Davis out for 2 games, and then lost him at halftime of 2 games. Our starting 1, 2s, and 3s have missed, 12 of our 23 games to date. So it's been a challenge. Other guys have stepped up, and to be honest, it's really pretty. I'm really proud of our guys for, despite that type of adversity, they still kept it together, and so to say now that we entered this particular game with that original lineup, we're fired up about it.
You look at Catawba, and if you talk about him, you got to talk about Caleb Robinson, league's leading scorer, who got points against you in the first meeting, but needed a lot of shots to get there. How do you impact his efficiency again?
Well, they've not changed at all with the way they're going to attack offensively. They're really fast in transition. He's really aggressive early in the clock. And then they're going to try to use a lot of ISO action and try to get the ball inside of 15 in attack. So we know what they're going to do. But he's a big, very athletic, physical, driving kind of presence. And he is leading our league in scoring, but good gracious, they've got so many other guys that can hurt you. We've got to be able to sort of limit shot variety and make them take tough twos and not give them seconds and thirds.
All right, Chuck, pleasure as always. Good luck today against the Catawba College Catawba Indians.
Thanks, Kev.
It's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Starting lineup heads your way when the AEC countdown to tip-off comes back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Decades ago, your local electric co-op was formed to make sure everyone who needed electricity had it. And as time went on, As our communities continue to grow, so did the need for electricity. And time again, we've made certain that need has been met. Today, we're still doing everything in our power to keep affordable, reliable electricity flowing. It was our purpose then, it's our purpose now, and that'll never change.
AEC, your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Don't go anywhere. Tip-off is next.
Trip Davis, marvelous, with the hands on one end and the guile to finish on the other.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network. Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
This
Fires the three, and I.
is Carson-Newman men's basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Buzzer and ball game. Carson-Newman reigns over the Royals. The Eagles take home the 2021 Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Men's Basketball Championship.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, by ShopCNEagles.com, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, the Tennessee National Guard, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, Quality Sweets, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
We welcome you back courtside to Holt Fieldhouse, where Carson-Newman and Catawba set to square off in South Atlantic Conference men's basketball action. The Eagles 14-9, 11-8 in the league, taking on the Catawba College Catawba Indians at 9-11 and 8-10 in South Atlantic Conference play. Eagles trying to win 4 straight against the Indians for the first time in series history. Now, for all the pregame introductions, we'll hand things over to Michael Watrang, who has the starting lineups today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Holt Fieldhouse. As we get set for tip-off, it's Carson-Newman and Catawba. Prior to tip-off, we ask that you please pause for a moment of silence in memory of former Carson-Newman staff member Martha Wilson, also the wife of former Carson-Newman baseball coach Bobby Wilson. Thank you. Let's look at the starting lineup. First, for the Catawba College Catawba Indians. At guard, a 6'8" redshirt freshman out of Savannah, Georgia, Bernard Pelote. A 6'8" forward freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 13, Peyton Gerard. A 6'2", 190-pound freshman guard from Lincolnton, North Carolina, number 22, Chris Robinson. At guard, a junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, number 24, Michael Hewitt Jr. And at forward, a sophomore from King, North Carolina, number 30, Ben Bowen. Catawba is coached by Rob Perrin. He's assisted by Derek Wall, Daniel Waln, and Jermaine Marsh. And now let's look at the starting lineup for your Carson-Newman Eagles. A 6'5" senior forward from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, number 10, E.J. Bush. A 6'3" junior guard out of Greenville, South Carolina, number 12, Luke Brannigan. A 6'4" freshman guard from Weaverville, North Carolina, number 14, Ren Dyer. A 6'9" junior center from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 24, Bryant Thomas. And a 6'3" senior guard from Nashville, Tennessee, number 50, Trip Davis. Carson-Newman is coached by Chuck Benson, assisted by KT Carter, Joe Larrabee, Clenzo Ross, and Dave Gorman.
All right, pregame introductions out of the way. Carson-Newman, garbed in the pristine home whites, white tops, white shorts, blue numbers trimmed in orange on the front and back of the uniforms. While Catawba out in the road blues, blue tops, blue shorts, red numerals front and back of the jerseys, outlined in white with Catawba written above the numerals on the front of the jerseys. Thomas will head into the jump circle to tip it up with Peyton Gerald. And we are set to get this one underway. Ball is in the air. Thomas deflects it into the backcourt. And the Eagles win the tip and bring the basketball from left to right to open up this ball game. Dyer right wing against a zone. 2 passes over to Davis, left corner. Drop it off left block. Thomas splits 2 defenders, got stripped, and Pelote comes out of the scrum with the ball. So a turnover on the opening possession for the Eagles. And Catawba works it from right to left. Left corner. A mishandle and a turnover for the Indians. Michael Hewitt Jr. loses it in the left corner. Out of bounds it goes, and back to Carson-Newman. The Eagles get the ball. So one turnover begets another. And Carson-Newman works at front court. Brannigan, right wing with the ball. Takes it down to the right block, backs it to the right elbow bush. Kick out Dyer, head of the key. Catch 3 on the way, well strong. Thomas an offensive rebound. Kick out Brannigan, head of the key. Second chance for the Eagles. Down to Thomas, right block. Spins into the lane. Stripped. Bush picks it up, though. Around the horn it goes. Davis, left wing. Bounce pass, high post, Bush. Dish out, Dyer, left corner 3. Halfway down and out. And the Indians grab the rebound. Pelote handles middle of the lane. Pelote into the front court. Flips it out, left wing. Hewitt, catch 3. Hand in his face, won't go down. Dyer seals off Pelote for the rebound. Eagles sprint front court. Davis in transition. Gets to the cup and lays it in with 2 hands off the window. Trip Davis up and down for a deuce. 2-0. Eagles have the opening edge 90 seconds in. Catawba moves right to left with the basketball. Eagles in a 1-3-1 zone to start. Do this occasionally, start 1-3-1, and now here it is. Morphs back to the matchup. Right wing. Robinson, bounce pass, high post, Bowen. Chest pass to the right corner, Gerald. Airballs a 15-footer, might as well have been a pass. Pelote grabs it left block and lays it in with the right hand off the glass. 2-2 ball game, 2 minutes in. Eagles move it left to right. A little zone for the Indians as Carson gets it front court. Brannigan shoots over top of it. Missed it badly to the right, but right at E.J. Bush. He airballs a bunny, and Thomas touches the rebound out of bounds to the left baseline. Ball back to Catawba. Both teams struggling from the field. Catawba started 1 of 3. The Eagles 1 of 5. Combined 2 of 8 effort from these two teams, who are both playing their first game in a week. Carson-Newman by virtue of moving up that UVA-Wise game on the 9th. Catawba by virtue of some COVID reschedules. Left elbow, step back 3, short, or left point, I should say. Step back out 3 from Robinson is short. Eagles grab the rebound and get it front court, and Brannigan turns it over. A pass to Dyer on the right wing goes into Catawba's bench for Carson-Newman's second turnover. 2-2. Still 17:27 to play in the first half. Robinson will run the point for Catawba. Still without the services of Travion Lamar, suspended for too many technicals after the Limestone game. Pelote driving the middle of the lane. Floats up a shot with the right hand and finger rolls it home off the back of the tin. Catawba takes the lead for the first time today. 4-2, 17:07 to play in the first half. Eagles on to the offensive end. Bush out to Brannigan, left wing. Skip it to the right wing, Davis. Davis drives to the right baseline, cut off by Gerald. Sends it out to Thomas, right wing. Thomas flips Brennigan head of the key. Touch passes into the low post push. Left block jumper. Good with a swish. Fading from 8 feet out. First points for E.J. Bush. We're tied at 4. 16:40 to play in the first half. Indians work at front court. Pelote, right wing, handles, skips it left side to Robinson. Robinson picked up by Brennigan at the top of the zone. 12 to shoot. Out to Pelote, top of the key. Pelote drives on Davis, left around a Gerald screen, gets it to the left corner. Hewitt a catch 3, front of the 10, no good. Bowen the box out on Dyer, has the second chance points, and a dump in from the right side. First points for Ben Bowen, first points for Catawba, not scored by Bernard Pelote. And it's 6-4 Indians with 16:07 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman onto the offensive end, left corner. Thomas a catch 3 on the way, missed it front of the 10, but his heels were on the sideline, and the Eagles turn it over for the third time. 6-4 Indians up. 16:02 to play in the first half. Eagles 3 turnovers and a 2 of 6 start from the field. Catawba fell behind by double digits in the first meeting before shooting better than 50% after halftime in the meeting in Goodman Gym. Fell by 3, 43% here in the early going. 11 on the shot clock for the Indians. Bowen has it right elbow, fading from 15, missed it off the front of the 10. Long rebound punched out head of the key. Hewitt grabs it, and then he gets fouled by Carson-Newman's Trip Davis, and that brings us to a break in the action. 15:36 to play in the first half. It's a 6-4 lead for the Indians on the Eagles. We return to Holt Fieldhouse after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
15:36 to play in the first half. Catawba has an early 6-4 lead on Carson-Newman. Eagles have turned it over 3 times in the first 4 minutes and 24 seconds of this one. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. It's service you can trust and value you can depend on. Powering Mossy Creek, we are AEC. Member owned and service driven. Dyer, Bykov, Brennigan, Davis, McElhaney on the floor for Carson-Newman. First time this season that Tyler Bowens hasn't been one of the first men off the bench for the Eagles. Catawba has it on the offensive end, right corner. Here's a J from Caleb Robinson. Missed it long. Pelote scraps for an offensive rebound. Kicks out, head of the key. 3, in and out, no good from Nelson. And Dyer wins the battle for the rebound. And Carson-Newman gets the 2 stops it needs. Chance to tie with the 2, take the 3, lead with the 3 on this possession. Screen and roll action. McElhaney cutting left block. Dumps it in with the right hand off the glass. The feed from Dima Bykov at the head of the key. 6-6 the score. 14:55 to play in the first half. Indians with Robinson, Pelote, Nelson, Hewitt, and Bowen. Bowen has it at the free throw line. Flips it out Nelson left wing. Bykov closes out with a high hand and sags back to the base of the zone. 12 to shoot. Left corner for Caleb Robinson. Baseline drive. Races to the cup. Can't get it to fall. Bowen an offensive rebound. Takes it back up. Dyer sends that one away. Pelote twisting middle of the lane. Tough turnaround from 10. Knocks it down. Third time the charm for the Indians to retake an 8-6 lead. 14:22 to play in the first half. Catawba doing work on the offensive glass to their own benefit. All their points are second chance. Bykov right block, turn and shoot Jay with the right hand. Won't fall from the right side. Bowen deflects it out of bounds, stays with Carson-Newman. 8-6, Catawba the lead. Indians just 4 of 13 from the field, but every point they have scored has been a second chance point. Dyer, McElhaney, Bykov, Brannigan, Davis setting up shop on the offensive end for the Eagles. Dyer to inbound from the left baseline. Floats in Davis, right block, can't finish through contact with Nelson. And the Indians come away with the rebound. Pelote running the middle of the lane. Floats it up, and Dyer redirects it at the cup. That shot, I don't know if it ever made it above the rim, but Rob Perrin protesting that it should be a goaltend. Can't say I blame him. Dyer redirected that one when it was inches from the iron, but it goes down as a block. The second of the day for Wren. 8-6, Indians with the lead in the ball. Left wing. And out to the head of the key for Dre Nelson. Scooted into the right corner, Caleb Robinson. League's leading scorer, gives it up to Hewitt, 4 to shoot. Hewitt, right wing, drives on Davis, fades, tough from the right baseline, off the side of the backboard, and it's a shot clock violation. High-level defensive possession for the Eagles. And Carson-Newman gets the ball back, trailing by 2. Eagles have started 3 of 9 from the field. They've limited Catawba to 4 of 14 shooting, but the Indians with the offensive rebounds and 6 second chance points to make up for that difference. Brannigan with the ball, right wing for the Eagles. 2 passes over to Davis in the left corner. Catawba brings 2 to the ball, bounce pass Bykov left block. Bykov spins in, lays it up with the right hand off the underside of the backboard. Redirected by Pelote off of Bykov's dome out of bounds, and it's back to Catawba. Hey, Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. So when you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pie for $5.99 with your Carson-Newman ID. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Clock never started as Catawba was bringing it up the floor. And the officials will say run it down to what? Stop it there. 13:04 and 25 on the clock. So Caleb Robinson triggers into Dre Nelson, and Nelson sets up shop against the zone. Down to Pelote left wing, 2 passes out to Robinson right wing, 15 to shoot. Robinson loses it off of his shoe top. I'll say Catawba ball. The official that was closest to the play signaled Catawba ball. And then I thought I saw Chris McDaniel say, no, it's Carson-Newman, but no, Catawba ball. Indians with 11 to get a shot off, leading by 2. Out of the key, Dre Nelson over to the left wing. Miles Washington drives the left side of the paint, forces up a shot over top of Bykov and makes a tough contested 2 from 8 feet out. First points for Washington. The lead is 4, biggest lead of the day for either side. 10-6 Indians with 12:30 to play in the first half. Eagles get it onto their offensive end. Brannigan, right wing against the zone for Catawba. Pressured by Pelote, gives it up to Davis, right corner. Davis moves inside, kicks it out Dyer, left corner. Extra pass, Brannigan. Back out to Dyer, left wing. Dyer drives on Pelote, splits 2 defenders, gets to the basket, can't finish the layup with the right hand, and Pelote out of the fray with his 5th rebound on the right baseline. Pelote races front court. Stops his dribble left wing, and Trip Davis took it away from him. Davis on his horse, gets to the cup, and Davis lays it in. Trip Davis up and down for his 3rd and 4th points. Eagles down by 2. Indians race front court, whistle, and a foul, and a lot of bodies tied up. Bykov and Robinson hit the deck hard, and this will bring us to a break in the action after a first personal on Dima and a second team foul on the Eagles. 11:49 to play in the first half. Catawba up by 2, 10-8 on the Eagles and shooting free throws. And we return to hold after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
I get my power from my co-op so I can put my energy into my family.
Into waking up the neighborhood. Latte for Christine.
I get my power from the co-op so I can put my energy into planting seeds for a brighter future.
Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, power to your community, for your community, so your energy can go into the things that matter most to you.
My 69 Camaro.
Who powers you?
AEC, the right call for your energy needs. Let us help you score success.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, Turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
A 10-8 lead for Catawba with 11:49 to play in the first half. Has not been a strong shooting night by any stretch of the imagination, but you want to point to one thing while the Indians are leading. It's offensive rebounding. Catawba just 5 of 16 from the floor, but they've got 7 offensive rebounds, and 60% of their points in this one have come from second chances. Caleb Robinson is to the line to shoot a pair of free throws for the Indians as he toes the stripe, puts up the first one, and the 62% shooter connects. Robinson gets to the line more than just about everybody but one individual in the country. 143 free throw attempts on the year now. Second one is on the way, a chance to make it a 4-point game, and he does, silky smooth. 12-8, Indians. 11:47 to play in the first half. Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals that the Lakeway region has to offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Zone defense by the Indians as Carson-Newman gets it front court. Bush, middle of the lane, shoots from 10, halfway down and out. Thomas taps the rebound up to Brennigan, brother to brother, now over to Dyer, right corner. Dyer, pressured by Dre Nelson, dribbles it out to the head of the key. 2 passes, gets it to Luke Brennigan, left wing. Brennigan, jab step with the right foot, lobs to Bush, left of the lane. 8 to shoot, skip it, right corner, Nick Brennigan. Brennigan drives the baseline, gets underneath the basket, and loses it out of bounds for the Eagles' 4th turnover. Good aggressive drive by Nick Brennigan, just couldn't maintain possession of it once he got underneath the hoop. 11:14 to play first half. And not sure what the issue is here. Some official hold up 1-2. And they were discussing whether or not the media had already taken place, and indeed it had. So all that sorted out. Good communication all the way around, and the Indians look to take the biggest lead of the day on this possession. Nelson, right wing, dumps it to Washington. Right block. Washington chucks it up. That was redirected by either Bush or Thomas. Both of them got a piece, and the Eagles grab the rebound and bring it onto the offensive end. Dyer, free throw line, floats it out to Brennigan, right wing. Brennigan. One left-hand dribble, chest pass Bush, head of the key, around to Nick Brennigan, left wing. Brennigan, 13 to shoot, younger, bounces to Bush, left of the lane, kicks it, Luke, head of the key. Down to Dyer, right corner, 7 to shoot. Drop it off Thomas, right block, spins in on Bowen, gets to the cup, has his shot blocked, kicks out, Brennigan, left wing, 3, rattles in as the shot clock expires. Luke Brennigan, who had 34 in the first meeting, has his first points tonight. 12-11, Eagles down by 1. Indians the other way. Chuck it up from the right side of the lane. Caleb Robinson, that won't fall. E.J. Bush snags the board, and the Eagles bring it left to right. Brennigan, right wing, fires to Thomas, right baseline. Backs down Kowalski. Now gets trapped, kicks out to Brennigan, right wing. Bounce back down to Thomas, right block. Kick it out, back to Brennigan, right wing. Catch 3. Front of the 10, no good. Bowen taps the rebound to himself in the right corner, and Catawba controls it, leading by 1 with 9:50 to play in the first half. Indians leading by 1 in spite of shooting 28% from the field. Right wing, Nelson for Bowen at the head of the key. Loops it into the left corner for Kowalski. Back to Bowen, left wing. He chucks up a triple. Back of the 10, no good. Dyer has the box out on Washington for the Eagles. Rebound in the middle of the lane. Carson-Newman can retake the lead on this possession. Brennigan, head of the key. Dribbling around, and he's fouled by Caleb Robinson on the left side of the lane. First personal on Robinson, first team foul on the Indians. Quality Suites of Morristown is the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles, located just 10 miles from campus. Quality Suites of Morristown is the perfect place to stay when you're traveling to watch the Eagles play. Call 423-585-4000 and ask for the Carson-Newman rate. That's 423-585-4000. Discount only available when you call Quality Suites of Morristown. Eagles, 12 to shoot. Bush, middle of the lane. 2 passes out to Dyer, left corner. Catch 3 ball on the way. Won't go down. Thomas had his paw on the rebound, but he taps it to the wrong guy. And the Indians control with Nelson handling. Into the front court, Kowalski, left wing, pump fakes a three, steps left around Bush, but can't convert off the front of the 10. Dyer cleans up the glass right block, and the Eagles race front court. Brennigan, bounce pass, Bush right block, draws contact with Miles Washington and draws a foul. Didn't make the shot, but Washington picks up his first and the team's second. And 2 free throws coming for E.J. Bush. A chance to give the Eagles the lead on a day where offense has been hard to come by here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Bush bends the knees, puts up the first free throw, missed it off to the right, no good. Catawba's just 5 of 20 from the field. The Eagles are 5 of 17. Combined 1 of 13 between the two sides from beyond the arc. One more free throw for E.J. Bush. That one he converts nothing but cords. It's a 12-12 ball game. This game feels like a powder keg. Whoever can find their offense first. 8:42 to play first half. All square at 12 apiece. Indians onto the offensive end. Slip it down to Washington, middle of the lane. He hits a tough right-handed hook over top of 2 defenders, over top of the Sac logo. 14-12, Catawba retakes the lead with 8:27 to play in the first half. That stopped a 3-minute Indian scoring drought. Eagles get it onto the offensive end. Nick Brennigan at the his second, team's third. And Bryant Thomas will head to the line to shoot 2 free throws with an opportunity to tie this game. Thomas eyes the rim and shorts the first front of the 10. One more free throw for Bryant Thomas. Carson-Newman 1 of 3 at the line as a team. They've missed as many free throws today as they did all game long in the meeting. With 8:10 to play in the first half. Indians work right to left with the basketball in blue road jerseys, red numbers trimmed in white. Robinson, the league's leading scorer, works his way left baseline, splits 2 defenders and turns it over. Lobbed a pass to the right corner, but it was too tall for Peyton Gerald. Out of bounds it goes. And it's Carson-Newman ball off of the 5th Catawba turnover of the day. 7:55 to play in the first half. 14-13. Indians lead it. Neither team shooting better than 30% from the field. This one bereft of offense here in the early going on the Eagle Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
7:55 to go first half. 14-13. Catawba the lead. But the Eagles have the basketball. McElhaney head of the key, over to Davis left wing, sizes up an open 3, halfway down and out. McElhaney chases down an offensive rebound left baseline, tries to outlet it head of the key, but Chris Robinson pilfers it. Robinson shovels Gerald running the middle of the lane. He throws it down with 2 hands. So Catawba converts on the break. 16-13. Indians back up by 3. Eagles haven't made a shot in 2 minutes, 51 seconds. Nick Brennigan has it right corner, or right point, pardon me. Shuffles it over to McElhaney, right wing. Catawba in their zone. Nick Brennigan shoots over top of it. Head of the key 3 is short. Pelotes scraps for the rebound left baseline. And the Indians onto the offensive end. Pelote, head of the key, catch three. Short front of the 10. Davis, the long rebound at the right elbow. In transition to McElhaney, right wing. Hits Davis, head of the key. Davis down the left side of the lane. High arcing layup with the left hand over top of Pelote's outstretched hand. And it finds the bottom of the barrel. Davis with 6 for the Eagles. They're down by 1. 6:40 to play first half. Catawba onto the offensive end. Pelote, left block, whirling Dervish. Somehow got that one to drop. Back on top by 3 with 6:20 to play in the first half. Eagles with it front court. Brennigan circles head of the key. Bounces over to Davis, left wing. Davis, 10 to shoot. Skip it back to Brennigan, right wing. Brennigan drives, right elbow. Kick out Davis, left corner. Baseline drive, left hand, floater. Falls from 6 feet out. Davis starting to get hot. He's got 8 points to lead all scorers. Eagles are down by 1. 18-17 with 5:53 to play in the first half. Eagles in their matchup zone as Catawba goes 3 around 2 offensively. Robinson, head of the key. Swings it to Caleb Robinson. Chris and Caleb unrelated. And into the right corner for Gerald. 8 to shoot. Right wing, Robinson drives. Right hand floater. Blocked by Bykov. McElhaney scoops it up left of the lane. Gets it to Davis, who rings it front court. And Davis is held as he takes it to the head of the key. Charge this to Caleb Robinson. Second on the league's leading scorer. 4th team foul on the Indians. And Caleb Robinson shaken up on the play. Robinson initiated with contact with Davis at the head of the key, and he got knocked on his nose in the collision. And he exits the floor holding his nose. Not sure if there is blood on the floor, and they want the solution because there is blood. So that'll require Brian Campbell's expertise. And we'll get all the blood droplets taken care of and be set for basketball soon. Hey, Eagle fans, check out Carson-Newman Athletics' official online store at shopseeandeagles.com. It features more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. ShopSeeingEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Brian Campbell is mopping up a fair amount as he checks out the droplets that move all the way into the right corner where Robinson exited the floor. 18-17 Catawba leading. Been a game bereft of offense. Both teams not shooting the ball well by any stretch of the imagination. Both are below 35% from the field. Catawba has had greater success on the offensive glass, but that came early. Built an early 10-8 lead, and 60% of their points then came on second chance buckets, but they haven't had one since that early edge. And Carson-Newman will maintain possession of the basketball with Robinson hurt and out of the game in spite of picking up his second foul. McElhaney, Davis, Zhao, Bykov, Brennigan on the floor for the Eagles. Davis, the lone starter out there for Carson-Newman. Gets it to Nick Brennigan, left wing. Nick Brennigan drives the left baseline, gets underneath the basket, kicks Bykov head of the key, catch three, front of the 10, no good. Zhao elevates for an offensive rebound, second chance for the Eagles. McElhaney, right wing. Little handoff to Nick Brennigan. Brennigan, one dribble, back to McElhaney, right point, three on the way, back iron, no. Zhao had his right hand on the rebound, but he lost it to Pelote, who grabs his seventh board, and the Indians bring it front court, leading by one. 4 ties, 1 lead change. Neither team has led by more than 4 in this one. In a scrappy defensive contest between the Eagles and Indians. Gerald, middle of the lane, chucks it up with the right hand. Won't fall, but he's shoved going up for a second chance opportunity by Bykov, and that's his second, the team's third. So Bryant Thomas will come up off the bench to replace, presumably, Bykov, and yes, indeed, that is the case. So the Indians, 20 on the shot clock, and the ball out of bounds to the right baseline. Right elbow for Ben Bowen, twisting around, right hand, chucks it up, and knocks down the right-handed hook shot from 8 feet out over top of the SAC logo. 20-17, Indians by 3, 4:23 to play in the first half. Eagles with it front court. Zhao, left corner, catch 3, left it short. McElhaney taps the rebound up, and Michael Hewitt Jr. punches it into the Catawba bench. Camden McElhaney nearly ending up in the lap of our stats crew. Regardless, it's Carson-Newman ball. And that had disaster written all over, but credit to McElhaney and Hewitt, who maintained body control and didn't do damage to the staffers working this game. Davis, left wing, has it for the Eagles. Loops it head of the Robinson, his first, and the team's 5th. And that brings us to a break in the action. 3:58 to play in the first half. Catawba 20, Carson-Newman 17. Been a tight tussle here inside the Holt. Eagles haven't scored in 2 minutes. Looking to crack the seal and close the first half strongly when we come back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
My name is Cadet Amber Calvillo. I'm in the 278th in the Army National Guard, and I currently go to Carson-Newman. I joined the Tennessee Army National Guard for the experience mainly, so I can say that I'm a part of something totally bigger than myself.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
3:58 to play in the first half, a 20-17 lead for Catawba over Carson-Newman. And the Indians and Eagles both struggling to make shots in this one. Catawba's 9 of 27 from the field. Eagles 7 of 24. That's 29.2%. Trip Davis is at the line, shooting 2 on the other side of this break. His first free throw rainbows through. And it's a 2-point game. 20-18, Eagles down by 2. Carson-Newman's shooting woes from the second half at Queens continuing over to this contest. Second free throw for Davis. He converts, and it's a 1-point game. And in spite of the Eagles shooting woes, neither team is led by more than 4. Been a tight one. 4 ties, 1 lead change. Catawba has had the lead for the majority, though. Eagles up for all of 33 seconds. Bowen, right elbow, floats it out to the left wing for Trey Nelson. Tap it off to Peloton, left corner. Back around the horn, Hewitt, right corner, catch 3, ball back of the 10, no good. Bush seals off his defender for a rebound in the left corner, and the Eagles race front court. Brennigan down to the left block, dishes to Ren Dyer left in the lane. Made a tough twisting shot, but was out of control, and he barreled through Chris Robinson. First on Dyer, 4th on the Eagles. And Catawba gets the ball back as a result. Well, Dyer has been out for the better part of 3 weeks. His return to the floor today. Bit of ring rust, 0 for 4 from the field and 0 of 3 from 3, but it does have 3 rebounds. Mainzion Tinsley is into the game for the first time for Catawba. He's at head of the key and goes off to Nelson, right wing. Nelson feeds Bowen, right corner, 13 to shoot. Bowen, 1 dribble. Back to the head of the key, Nelson. 8 and 7. Nelson, step back 3 from the right point, air ball. That didn't touch anything. Out of bounds it goes. Back to Carson-Newman. And so the Eagles, in spite of shooting 29% from the field in this first half, have an opportunity to take a lead on this possession. Require their first made field goal in 3 minutes. 20-19 Indians with the lead, but Carson-Newman has the ball. Brennigan, right wing, gets it to Dyer, who flips it over to Davis, left wing. Davis back to Dyer, head of the key. Back to Davis, left wing. Davis drives, dishes Bush, left baseline, cutting to the cup. Right hand, floats it up, won't fall. But a whistle and a foul. Perlote with the harm, and that'll send Bush to the line. Perlote's first, 6th on the Indians. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, they are your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Bush converts the first free throw. He's got 4 points. And this game is tied at 20. Carson-Newman looking for its first lead since it was 2-0. Second free throw for Bush. Spins out left side. And Kowalski snags the rebound. All square at 20 with 2:33 to play in the first half. Indians onto the offensive end. Perlote, head of the key. Hand in his face, the three, halfway down and out. Indians 0 of 11 from range. Dyer the rebound, gets it to Davis, who races front court. And Bryant Thomas called for a foul away from the basketball as Perlote hit the deck. So Thomas is first, team's 5th, and the Eagles waste a transition opportunity with their 7th turnover of the half. 20-20 ball game, 2:21 to play. Opening stanza. Catawba hasn't scored in more than 2 minutes. Carson-Newman hasn't hit a field goal in more than 3.5 minutes. It has not been pretty basketball here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Indians with it on the offensive end. Kowalski, right wing. Drives on Brennigan, gets to the cup, fades from 15. Back of the 10, no good. Thomas grabs the rebound, middle of the lane, his 5th. Eagles in transition. Thomas from the middle of the paint. Shot up from 10. Back iron. Pins in. Bryant Thomas puts Carson-Newman in front. 22-20 Eagles with 1:50 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman's first lead since the opening 90 seconds. Indians looking for an answer. Kowalski, right corner. Out to Tinsley, head of the key. Drives left of the lane. Flips it to Perlote, left baseline. Perlote backs it out to Tinsley. 8 to shoot. Around the horn, Kowalski, right wing. Back down to Gerald, right baseline. Inside Perlote, muscles up a shot, won't fall. Gerald there to rise up and jam it down with the right hand. Stops the 2.5-minute Catawba scoring drought. Ties it at 22 with 77 seconds left in the first half. Bush, right corner, drives the baseline, kicks out Davis, head of the key. Around to Dyer, left corner, wide open, look at a 3-ball. Drano! Ren Dyer, his first points back from injury. And it's a 25-22 lead for the Eagles. And Catawba calls for time. 1 minute, 3 seconds to play first half. 25-22. Eagles up by 3, their largest lead of this contest. In a first half of basketball that has been largely bereft of offense, but the Eagles picking up business here late. 25-22. Carson-Newman leading by 3, trailers by as many as 4. And just now, Carson-Newman is on the plus side of 30% shooting. They've been below 30 for much of this first half of basketball. So Catawba back on the floor with Kowalski, Gerald, Perlote, Tinsley, and Hewitt. Indians front court. Kowalski, left corner 3. Blocked by Thomas. Gets it back. Kowalski drives, dishes, turns it over. Brennigan the steal. Brennigan in transition. Down the right block. Stops. Shot up. Right hand. No. Bush the tap. No. Bush, third chance, stripped. And it's taken away by Chris Robinson. Or probably by Tinsley. Tinsley into the front court. Kowalski has it head of the key. Lob it to Perlote in the high post. Perlote muscling his way inside. Chucks it up off the left side of the rim. Davis the rebound, racing front court. Under 30 seconds to play. Eagles by 3. Carson-Newman can play for the final shot. in this one, and Chuck Benson will burn his use it or lose it timeout. So Chuck Benson wants to talk things over. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services. InterDigital, they are laser-focused on your success. .9 seconds left. Carson-Newman drawing something up. Eagles will play for the final shot of the period, and Brennigan will run the point for Carson-Newman. Brennigan dribbling on top of the jump circle. 9 and 8. Brennigan loops it. Dyer head of the key. 5 and 6 and 5. Down to Thomas, right block. One dribble. Tries to power it up. Missed it. Thomas gets it back and gets hammered with .2 on the clock. Charge the foul to Bernard Pilote, so he picks up his second and the team's seventh. And Thomas will head to the line with a chance to extend Carson-Newman's lead. Thomas floats the first free throw up, front iron, rolls around the right side of the rim, hits the backboard, and then drops through the hole. 26-22, Eagles by 4. This is their biggest lead, matching Catawba's biggest. One more free throw for Bryant Thomas. Sends it up, sends it in. 5-point lead, 27-22 Eagles with .2 seconds left, and Catawba will not get off a final shot. So halftime in Holt. Carson-Newman closes strong. Eagles finish the period on a little 10-2 scoring run to take a 5-point lead into the halftime locker room. ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report is headed your way when we come back after these messages on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose. It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. The number one source for Carson-Newman Athletics.
Now, back to the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Carson-Newman closes the first half on a 10-2 run, and the Eagles lead it 27-22 at the halftime break. So Carson-Newman, after struggling early on, has found its offensive footing a bit and able to put some quality possessions together to take a lead into the halftime locker room. For much of this first half, both teams struggling to knock down shots, and that's still in large part true. Carson-Newman 31% from the field, Catawba 28.6% from the field. Indians 0 of 12 from 3, Eagles 2 of 12 from beyond the arc. It's like there's a cover on both these baskets. Trip Davis is the only guy on the floor who is shooting better than 50% from the field. He's got 10 points to lead all scorers and is 4 of 6 from the field. Bernard Pelote is in double-double territory already with 8 points and 7 rebounds. Carson-Newman had issues with rebounding early. Catawba had 7 offensive rebounds in the first 8 minutes of the game and had scored 80% of their points on second chance points. Just 2 second chance points the rest of the way for the Indians. They're +8 at one point on the glass over Carson-Newman. The Eagles able to tilt that back in their favor, out-rebounding the Indians by 1 at the halftime break. All adds up to a 27-22 halftime lead for Carson-Newman. We'll take you around the SAC and the Carson-Newman Athletics family when we return to Holt Fieldhouse after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopCNEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Back at Holt Fieldhouse, Adam Cavalier, happy to have you alongside as Carson-Newman closes the first half on a 10-2 run and carries a lead into the halftime break at 27-22. Elsewhere in the Carson-Newman Athletic family, Carson-Newman softball 1-0 on the day. thanks to a 17-6 win in 6 innings over the Shorter Hawks. Leah Sohm matches the single-game record for hits in a game with a 5-for-5 effort at the plate. Hit an inside-the-park home run for the first dinger in her career. Natalie Corbin had an inside-the-park grand slam as a part of the Eagles' onslaught over the Shorter Hawks. In Game 2 of the day, top of the second inning, they are down 2-0 to Delta State, who scored 2 runs in the top of the first on a sacrifice fly and a steal of home. Emmanuel scored 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning with 2 outs to rally past Carson-Newman in an 8-7 win for the Lions over the Eagles. Carson-Newman. Baseball in action in Game 2 of the day against West Alabama, looking to salvage the weekend with a 2-1 record, and the Eagles are up 1-0 on the Tigers in the bottom of the first inning in that contest. But West Alabama does have 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Gunnar Ricketts, an RBI ground out to give Carson-Newman the lead. In the South Atlantic Conference, Anderson holds a 34-32 lead over Lenore Rhine at the halftime break at home. Anderson with a 2-point lead in spite of only shooting 40% to LR's 48%. The Trojans have gotten 10 points from Parker Dortch, while TJ Neesmith has 10 to lead Lenore Rhine. Mars Hill up 41-33 on Coker at the halftime break. Cobras trail by 8 in spite of shooting 60% from the field. That's because of 8 turnovers and a -8 edge on the glass. DeMar Anderson has 14 points to lead all scorers for the Cobras, with Michael Hogue has 12, and Isaiah Johnson and Isaiah Jones each have 9 for Mars Hill. Lincoln Memorial on the road, at the Newberry Wolves. LMU has built a 36-29 halftime lead on Newberry. Rail Splitters just 2 of 13 from deep. Jordan Guest has 12 points to lead all scorers. He's tied for the game high with Quandavian McCollum of Newberry, who also has 12 points. Final SAC game on the docket today features Queens playing host to UVA Wise. Royals up 46-31 at the halftime break on the Highland Cavaliers. UVA Wise 40% shooting from the field. Makai Vassell has 8 points to lead the Highland Cavaliers, but Queens 58% shooting. They go 8 of 10 from beyond the arc. They got 11 points from Kenny Dye, trending toward a double-double with 5 assists as well. Adds up to a big halftime lead, 46-41 for Queens over UVA Wise. Here in Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman in the driver's seat, 27-22 at the halftime break, thanks to a 10-2 run to close the first half of basketball. Second half action heads your way when we return to Holt Fieldhouse after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owner's insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Bills top the key. Pull up 3 on the way. Got it. Charlie Clark dialing long distance with impunity.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard, or thinking about it, that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your spectrum.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Just like no two people are the same, no 2 days are the same. We start them and end them at different times. And in between, we all do very different things. Yet there is something we all have in common. Knowing your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is here to power every moment of every day. Because no matter when it starts, we never stop.
Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek.
Just about set to start the second half here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Adam Cavalier, happy to have you alongside, making her directorial debut tonight on the Eagles Sports Network is Mia Toribio. She's alongside our replay operator, Richard Martin, and then our camera crew, Brianna Witt, Micah Edwards. Glad to have you alongside here inside of Holt Fieldhouse. Susan Bailey running the show back inside of network control. Before we get the second half started, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Eagles Sports Network. We've received word that the league's leading scorer, Caleb Robinson, is out for the day with a broken nose. So if Catawba is to rally in this one, they will, one, have to do it without Robinson, who averages 19 points per game, and two, do it without Travion Lamar, who's serving the third game of a suspension as the result of an altercation against Limestone back in late January. Catawba with Hewitt, Chris Robinson, Bernard Pilote, Ben Bowen, and Peyton Gerald on the floor. The Eagles turn to Bryant Thomas, as well as Ren Dyer, Trip Davis, Luke Brennigan, and E.J. Bush to start this second half. Catawba with the ball, moving left to right in the navy blue road jerseys, red numbers trimmed in white. Hewitt, touch passes to Bowen, right block, leans up, trickles it around the rim. It falls. Count it, plus a foul. Foul goes on Bryant Thomas, his second, first on the Eagles, and the Indians stop that 10-2 run to close the first half for the Eagles with a Ben Bowen bucket and an and one opportunity to get it down to a 2-point game. 27-24 Eagles. Bowen, who's a 95% shooter, misses his second free throw of the season. Battles out to the right side, and Brennigan collects for the Eagles. Carson-Newman leading by 3. Zone defense for the Indians. Brennigan over to Dyer, left corner. Open look at a triple. Dyer halfway down and out. Bush punched it up, but Robinson comes away with it for the Indians, right side of the lane. Catawba controls and can tie with a 3 on this possession. Hewitt, head of the key for Catawba. Dribbles over to the left wing where he hands off to Chris Robinson. Chest pass over to Pilote, right wing. Pilote bounces into the low post. Bowen curls into the lane, stops left block, dekes left, shoots right, and knocks it down with a right-hand hook over top of Bryant Thomas off the back of the rim. Ben Bowen has 4 points to start the second half. Catawba has pulled within 1. 27-26, a minute 5 into the second half. Eagles onto the offensive end. Brennigan driving, dishing, right corner. Bush, flip it back to Brennigan in the right corner, who curls to the head of the key with left-hand handles. Slip it to Davis, right wing, and he gets back top by Chris Robinson. Turnover. Pilote running the middle of the lane. Lobs it up, and Thomas redirects it. Comes out to the left wing for a Robinson 3. That's strong off the heel. Davis the long rebound, and the Eagles get the stop. 1 point lead for Carson-Newman, working it right to left. Brennigan down the right side of the lane, backs down Robinson. Sends it out to Dyer, left corner. Float it down to the left block. Thomas turns. Right hand bunny won't fall. But Bush rises above all and taps it in with the right hand off the window. That's 6 for E.J. Bush. Back to a 3-point lead for the Eagles. 29-26 Carson-Newman. 18:05 to play in the second half. Catawba on to the offensive end. Pelote into the high post. Bowen drop it off. Gerald left block. Gerald count the basket with the right hand. Plus he draws a big third personal on Bryant Thomas. It's the third on one of the nation's best shot blockers. Second team foul on the Eagles. And Peyton Gerald to the line with a chance to tie the game. Thomas certainly did not get his money's worth with that foul. And Gerald, who is a 55% shooter at the line, heads to the stripe with an opportunity to tie this game. Gerald spins the ball into his left hand, a bounce with the right, now shoots it with the right, misses it strong off to the right, and Bykov grabs the board. 1 point lead for the Eagles, 29-28, 17:47 to play second half. Eagles front court, Davis goes cutting to the cup, drops it off for Bykov left block, and he dumps it in with two hands from the left side. First points for Demon Bykov, back to a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Pelote on his horse down the right side of the lane, floats it in from 6 feet out from the right, with the right. 31-30 Eagles, 17:27 to play second half. Carson-Newman right to left with the ball in the pristine home whites. Brennigan left wing, shoots over top of the zone and connects from deep. Luke Brennigan had 34 in the first meeting, just 6 here in the second, but he's 2 for 4 from deep, and the Eagles are up by 4. 34-30 with 17:10 to play in the second stanza. Catawba on to the offensive end. They've started 4 of 6 from the field in the second half after shooting 28% in the second half. Miss from the middle of the lane for Robinson. Davis, the board left of the lane, racing front court. Davis, cut off by Robinson, gets it Brennigan, right corner, catch three ball, right iron, no. Bykov had his paws on the rebound, but Pelote deflected it away, and he grabs it. Sends it up the floor to Bowen. Brennigan deflects it out of bounds underneath the basket. Out of bounds, and it stays with the Indians. 34-30, Carson-Newman the lead. Both teams starting to find their footing offensively. Both shooting better than 50% to start this second half. Pelote gets the inbounds left wing and sets up shop right wing with Hewitt. Hewitt, right hand dribbles on Brennigan, accelerates the right baseline, shoves it down to the right short corner for Gerald, and Gerald hits a 15-foot fadeaway. 8 for Peyton Gerald. 34-32, Eagles by a pair, 16:20 to play second half. Carson-Newman front court, Dyer right point, pump fakes a three, drives on Bowen, gets the cup, and Dyer finger rolls it home, count the basket plus a foul. Ren Dyer pulled the shoot at the last moment to finger roll it home over Gerald instead of going for the flush. First on Gerald, first on the Indians. Dyer to the line to shoot the and one free throw. Dyer bends his knees, floats it up, and strokes the strings. 6 for Ren Dyer, 37-32. Eagles match their biggest lead of the day at 5. 16:07 to play in the second half. This is the halftime margin at 5 points in favor of the Eagles. Indians with it front court. Bounce into the head of the key for Pelote. Takes it down to the right block and draws a foul. Ren Dyer got all ball. And who did they signal a foul on there? They signaled 55, I thought. There is no 55 on the floor for either team right now. So there's no 44. Got to be Ren Dyer maybe? We'll get that sorted out. 15:56 to play in the second half. A 37-32 lead for Carson-Newman over Catawba. We return to Holt Fieldhouse after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
15:56 to play in the second half. It's a 37-32 lead for Carson-Newman over the Catawba Indians. Joshua Butts is into the game for the first time, out there with Davis, Dyer, McElhaney, and Brennigan for the Eagles. Bernard Pelote to the line to shoot two for the Indians, where he knocks them down at 91% on the season. Catawba counters with Hewitt, Robinson, Bowen, Pelote, and Gerald. Pelote spins the ball into his left hand, shoots it with his right, and barely moves the net with the first free throw. Down to a 4-point game, 37-33. One more free throw for Bernard Pelote, who's got 12 points now as he makes the second. 3-point game, 37-34. Eagles by 3, 15:50 to play in the second half. Both teams shooting better than 50% from the field after halftime. Zone defense for the Indians. They have been exclusively zone in this one. Davis, right wing, back to Brennigan, head of the key. Brennigan, 10 to shoot. Chest pass Davis, right wing. 9 and 8. Davis flips it, Brennigan, right corner, 6. Brennigan, the three. Yes! Luke Brennigan, 3 of 6 from deep, and the Eagles have their biggest lead of the night at 6. 40-34. 15:18 to play, second stanza. Catawba onto the offensive end. Head of the key for Chris Robinson. Touch pass down to the right block for Gerald, who jumps up and throws it down with two hands. Peyton Gerald, the second into double figures. He has 10. 40-36, Catawba the lead. Carson-Newman the ball. 5 minutes to play, or 5 minutes gone, in the second half. Brennigan, right wing, heat check three. That's off the mark, left to the top. Chris Robinson, the rebound, racing front court for Catawba, down by 4. Robinson pulls his Jets left wing. And around the horn it goes to the right wing for Hewitt. Hewitt floated up top for Pelote. Behind the back dribble. Pull up. 17-footer. Keyhole J. Won't go down off the heel. Davis grabs the rebound and gets onto the offensive end. Davis swallowing to the right block. Kicks it out. Dyer for head of the key three. Dyer from long distance. He's pure. Ren Dyer has 9. And Carson-Newman swells it to 7. Thanks to second half three-point shooting. Eagles 3 of 6 from deep in the second half. 43-36 Eagles, 14-12 to play, second stanza. Catawba the other way. Chris Robinson, pull-up J from the foul line, won't go down off the front of the 10. Left it short from 15. Ben Bowen had the rebound, but then Dyer took it away from him. Dyer slaloming his way front court. Gets it right wing, collides with Chris Robinson, and then loses it out of bounds. Stepped on the sideline with his heels after Pelote nearly back-tapped him. Regardless, it goes down as the Eagles' 9th turnover of the day and their second of the half. 43-36, Carson-Newman by 7. 13:55 to play in the second half. Indians work at front court. Right corner, Hewitt. Touch passes to the right elbow for Pelote. Twisting middle of the lane, can't get the shot to fall. Butts cleans up the rebound for the Eagles, middle of the lane. Brennigan into the front court. Gets it to the head of the key, accelerates down the left side of the lane, stops, left block, pumps, and ends up traveling with the basketball. So back-to-back turnovers for Carson-Newman. 43-36, Eagles leading by 7, 13:33 to play in the second stanza. Both teams shooting better than 50% for the field in the second half, after neither team shot better than 33% from the field in the opening stanza. Catawba settles into their half-court offense against the Eagles' matchup zone. Nelson has it head of the key. 3 around 2 for the Indians. Nelson floats Gerald up top into the right corner. Hewitt fall away 3. He buries it. First made 3 of the night for Catawba on their 14th attempt. Brings it down to a 4-point game, 43-39 with 13:01 to play in the second half. Eagles on to the offensive end. Davis, right wing, accelerates the cup, leans in, hits the runner with the right hand, his offhand. Count it plus a foul. Strong take for Tripp, and he puts a third personal on Miles Washington, and a second team foul on the Indians. 45-39, back to a 6-point lead for the Eagles with 12:53 to play in the second half. Davis to the line for an and one free throw. Davis has been scoring and distributing. He's got 12 points now to go along with 5 assists. Give him 13 as he buries the and one free throw. Back to a 7-point lead for the Eagles. 46-39, Carson-Newman, 12:50 to play in the second half. Eagles have made 4 of their last 5 shots from the field. Catawba works at front court. Inside it goes Washington. Takes it down to the left block. Butts blocked it from behind. Pelote offensive rebound. Second chance. Sticks it in off the window. Count it plus a foul. Stick-to-itiveness from Bernard Pelote. He grabs his 9th rebound and scores his 13th and 14th points with the and one bucket. Foul goes on Joshua Butts, his first and the team's 4th. So Pelote to the stripe to shoot the and one free throw. And a chance to make it a 4-point game once more. 6 ties, 2 lead changes. Catawba led for the majority of this one before the Eagles closed the first half on a 10-2 run to grab a lead that they have not yet relinquished. The and one free throw for Pelote is through. He's got 15 points to lead all scorers. And Catawba has pulled within 4, 46-42 with 12:27 to play in the second half. Eagles bring it onto their offensive end. Luke Brennigan, right wing with the basketball. Brennigan has a screen from Butts, doesn't take it, instead passes head of the key McElhaney. Into the left corner for Davis. Davis, 7 to shoot. Davis, 5 and 4, head of the key. Davis shuffles Brennigan up top. Brennigan drives, 2 and 1. Brennigan chucks it up. It's off the backboard. It's down through the cords. That was absolutely ridiculous by Luke Brennigan. A circus shot from his right hip. Scoops it up and in off the window. 48-42, Eagles by 6. Now a miss by Pelote from the left elbow. Davis the rebound, racing front court. Davis accelerates to the left block. Davis with the left hand pushes it in off the glass. Tripp Davis has 15. Carson-Newman has gone up by 8. 50-42 with 11:36 to play in the second half. 3 straight makes from the field for the Eagles. Catawba looking for answer points. Right corner, Hewitt wide open for a 3-ball. Missed it off the left iron. Butts collapses right block for the board. Eagles get in transition. McElhaney cutting to the cup. Oh, goaltending on the Indians. A goaltend on Catawba. McElhaney gets credit for the basket. And Carson-Newman is up by double digits for the first time tonight. 52-42. Carson-Newman leading Catawba with 11:21 to play in the second half. It's a 6-0 run for the Eagles to grab their first double-digit lead of the night here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
11:21 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman has rattled off a 6-0 run over the last 43 seconds. Eagles getting stops and getting up and down in transition. 13 fast break points for Carson-Newman, and that's helping turn the tide in this one. 52-42. Eagles by 10 with 10:21 to play in the second half. The Brennigan brothers, Bush, Bykov, and Davis on the floor for Carson-Newman. Catawba countering with Pelote, Nelson, Hewitt, Bowen, and Washington. And let's not forget, Catawba, without the league's leading scorer, Caleb Robinson, suffered a broken nose in the first half. Travion Lamar, a 13-point-a-game scorer, out. He's suspended for fighting against Limestone. Bowen misses a free throw line jumper, and then Davis saves in the rebound in the right corner. Bykov has it in the backcourt. 4 seconds for Trip Davis to get it across the timeline, and he does. Davis to the free throw line, hits Brennigan head of the key. Brennigan cuts to the cup. Brennigan, the old man game, can't get it to drop. Bykov, an offensive rebound, takes it back up and draws a foul. Carson-Newman smashing the glass. They're +6 now. And the foul charge to Ben Bowen. His first, team's third. Dima Bykov to the line for Carson-Newman. 10:44 to play in the second half. Eagles have scored 6 straight. Bykov at the stripe. Hesitates, puts the free throw up, misses it long off the heel. One more free throw for Dima Bykov. Big minutes for him in place of Bryant Thomas, who's been in foul trouble. Bykov has 5 rebounds for the first time this season as a result. Second free throw. Bykov adjusts and connects. 11-point lead for the Eagles off of a 7-0 run. Biggest lead of the night for Carson-Newman, 53-42 with 10:38 to play in the second half. Catawba with it front court. Hewitt in the left corner. Dribbles it out with the right hand to the head of the key. Zings it, 2 passes. Bowen right baseline. Bowen floats it to the right wing for Dre Nelson. And here's a whistle and a foul. A hold on E.J. Bush away from the ball. His first and the team's 5th. Ball out of bounds to the right side of the basket. Nelson will inbound right baseline. Bounces into Pelote in the right corner. Hands off to Nelson there. Davis nearly a steal, but Nelson crowds it back in. Gets it up to Pelote right wing. Pelote bounces Washington right block. Spins up and under move. Pass Bykov. Washington floats it in with the right hand off the window. 6 for Washington. 53-44. Lead cut to 9 for the Eagles. That stops a 2-minute Catawba scoring drought. That 7-0 run for Carson-Newman in 100 seconds comes to a halt there. Eagles continue to search for offensive efficiency. Brennigan dumps it down to Bykov left block. His shot in traffic won't go down. Pelote the rebound. Gets it up the left sideline to Hewitt. Hewitt, extra pass over to the right wing for Nelson. Kick it left corner. Hewitt catch 3 ball. Hand in his face. Missed it off the back of the 10. Bykov grabs the rebound and gets it up the left sideline to Trip Davis. Davis hits Brennigan at the head of the key. Brennigan picked up man-to-man, I think, for the first time today. Skips a pass left corner out of bounds. Brennigan sailed that one into the Carson-Newman bench, and it's the 11th giveaway for the Eagles, their 4th of the second half. 9:28 to play second stanza. 53-44, Carson-Newman by 9. And Catawba gets the basketball back. Trailed by 11 after that 7-0 Carson-Newman run. Indians on the point through Nelson at the head of the key. 2 passes over to Bowen, left short corner, long 2, back of the rim, no good. Bykov snares the rebound, left of the lane for the Eagles. And Carson-Newman works it from right to left. Davis, right wing, accelerates to the head of the key. Screen and roll to Bykov, right block, sends it up with the right hand. Bykov scrambling into the dance team, and he draws a foul on Dre Nelson. First on him, 4th on the Indians. Bykov fortunately did not squash anybody, and will head to the line to shoot 2. Dima with 7 boards, 1 off his career high that he set on January 22nd, 2020 against UVA Wise. Bykov, the hesitation and the free throw, and he rattles it home. 4 points for Dima Bykov. Back to a 10-point lead for the Eagles, 54-44. With 9:01 to play in the second half. Pelote will get a breather as Peyton Gerald checks in for him. Catawba shorthanded. Caleb Robinson broke his nose in the first half. Travion Lamar suspended for fighting against Limestone. Second free throw for Bykov. That one is silky smooth. Back to an 11-point game. 55-44, 8:58 to play in the second half. And Catawba brings it from left to right. Nelson sends it inside for Gerald, middle of the lane. His J will touch nothing but cords from 6 feet out. Gerald with 12 points. Guy who came in averaging 6 a night has doubled it. 55-46, Eagles by 9, 8:37 to play second half. Carson-Newman with it front court. The Brennigan brothers, Zhao, Bykov, and Bush. Nick Brennigan wants a left wing triple. Online but long. And the rebound snared left of the lane by Gerald. 9-point lead for the Eagles, Catawba front court. Chris Robinson, left elbow, pull up Jay, cans it from 15. First points for Chris Robinson. 55-48, Eagles lead by 7. Due to turnovers, they haven't made a basket in 3 minutes. Bush at the free throw line. One dribble, stops, middle of the lane. Shot up from 6 is strong off the heel. And Gerald saves in the rebound on the left baseline. Catawba onto the offensive end. Robinson, head of the key, flips it to Nelson right wing. High post, Gerald. Jumper from 14 is nothing but cords. Catawba heating up. They've cut it to 5. 55-50 with a 6-0 run. 7:38 to play in the second half. Eagles looking to stop a string of 4 straight misses. Haven't scored a bucket in 3:38. Nick Brennigan, right wing with the ball. Bounces to Bush in the high post. Floats it out. Brennigan head of the key for a catch 3. Long off the heel. Bykov taps the rebound up, and Nick Brennigan corrals it right wing. Second chance for the Eagles. Luke Brennigan, head of the key. Points to a screener. Instead passes it to Bush. 3 of them. Round to Nick Brennigan. Left corner. Catch 3 ball. Bottom for Nick Brennigan. Nick Brennigan makes his first triple to stop a 6-0 Catawba run. And it's a 58-50 lead for the Eagles with 7 minutes to play in the second half. Catawba onto the offensive end. Ben Bowen, the free throw line. Flips it out to Gerald right wing. Gerald drives, dishes Bowen right wing. Back out to Robinson, head of the key. Robinson, floater from the middle of the lane. That falls in from 14 feet out. Tough shot for Chris Robinson. He made it. He's got 4. Catawba shooting better than 50% from the field in the second half. Eagles looking for answer points. Bykov, left block, has it. With the right hand off the glass. Off the feed from John Zhao. 60-52. Carson-Newman by 8. 6:27 to play in the second half. Catawba onto the offensive end. Nelson, left point with a basketball. Jab step with the right foot. Crossover move on Brennigan. Backs it out left corner for Washington. Bush strips him. Bodies to the floor. Bush has it for the Eagles. Bush just straight up took it away from him. The outlet to Nick Brennigan. Racing to the rim. Finger rolls it home with the right hand. Bush, the hustle on one end. Brennigan, the finish on the other. And the Eagles are up by 10. 62-52. Catawba calls for time. 6 minutes to play, second half. Eagles up by double digits. We return to Holt Fieldhouse after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard and thinking about it that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Six minutes to play in the second half. Carson-Newman has a 62-52 lead on Catawba. And after the Indians had cut it to 5 with a 6-0 run, the Eagles have answered with a 5-0 burst of their own to push the lead back to double digits. Catawba has made 4 straight shots, looking to continue that. Nelson yo-yos it over to the left wing for Hewitt. Back to Nelson, head of the key. Nelson right-hand dribbles, 11 to shoot. Nelson, bounce pass down low to Pelote, backs down Thomas, spins right, fading, airballed it. McElhaney tips the rebound over to Tripp Davis, and the Eagles work right to left with the basketball. Davis accelerating to the cup. Davis fouled in the act of shooting. by Bernard Pelote. And that's a third personal on Pelote, a fifth team foul on the Indians, and we come to another break in the action. Under 8-minute media timeout. And we'll step aside for a break with the Eagles still leading by 10, 62-52. Carson-Newman the advantage with 5:27 to play in the second half. Eagles trying to win 4 straight games against the Indians for the first time in series history. 5:27 away from accomplishing that here on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we
pair of free throws, an opportunity to extend both this lead for the Eagles and this run. Davis with a game-high 15, flicks the first free throw up and snaps the strings. Davis, a stat sheet stuffer kind of night. 16 points, 5 boards, and 6 assists for the Nashville, Tennessee native. One more free throw for Tripp. 2 of 2 Tripp. For Tripp. He's got 17 and the lead 12 for the Eagles. Their biggest of the day off of this 7-0 run. 64-52 Carson-Newman, 5:18 to play in the second half. Naturally, zone defense for the Eagles as Catawba gets it front court. Washington, turnaround Jay, left of the lane. That won't fall. Rebound batted around. Hewitt has the look, what I found. Tip, but he can't convert at the cup. Thomas grabs the rebound for the Eagles. His 7th. And Carson-Newman brings it front court, looking to extend a 12-point lead. Bush fires inside for Thomas. Defender falls down. Thomas can't convert with the right hand, though. And Hewitt snags the rebound, left block for the Indians. Catawba into the front court. And Dyer taps the ball out of bounds into the Catawba bench off of a pass by Robinson. Stays with the Indians. 4:41 to play, second half. 64-52. Eagles by 12. Carson-Newman shooting 54% from the field after halftime. And out-rebounding the Indians by 7 out of the break. That's the difference maker. Carson-Newman getting up and down in transition, too. Right wing, Nelson a triple. Missed it off to the right. Dyer up for the rebound. Contacted by Pelote, who deflects it out. And it's Carson-Newman's ball. So Carson-Newman has answered the bell after Catawba got it down to a 5-point game. Eagles have scored 7 straight. Dyer, left corner, has the ball. Around the horn it goes, back to Davis, right wing. Loops it, Brennigan, left wing. Brennigan feeds Dyer at the head of the key, zings it inside, deflected out of bounds by Robinson. Stays with Carson-Newman off the left baseline. 64-52, Carson-Newman by 12. Dyer, the inbound man, left of the basket. Dyer looking, triggering, Brennigan, left corner. 11 to shoot for Luke. Bounce pass Dyer at the free throw line. Dyer, drop it off, Davis, right block, behind the defense. Davis dumps it in off the glass. 19 for Tripp Davis. Dyer, his second assist. 16th of the night for the Eagles as a team. Carson-Newman is up by 14 off of this 8-0 run, their biggest lead of the night, with 3:49 to play in the second half. And now a break in the action. Pelote fouled by Luke Brennigan as he was rotating down to the right block. First personal on Brennigan, 6th team foul on the Eagles, and it brings us to a break in the action. 3:48 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman 66, Catawba 52. Eagles getting the job done in winning time. An 8-0 burst for the Eagles has them up 14. You're on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team.
3:46 to play in the second half. It's a 66-52 lead for Carson-Newman over Catawba. Eagles, couple of second half runs, 7-0 and 8-0 to create separation and take their biggest lead of the day. Catawba will inbound for Pelote. Out to the right wing for Robinson. High post, Bowen. Bowen, one bounce, and drops it off left block. A pass across the lane deflected. Out to Robinson, right wing, for a three ball that snaps the cords. 7 for Chris Robinson. That gets the deficit down to 11 for the Indians and stops a 3-minute Catawba scoring drought. And an 8-0 Carson-Newman run. 66-55 Eagles with 3:22 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman onto the offensive end. Dyer floats it to Brennigan left wing. High hands there for Hewitt at the top of Catawba's zone. Out to Dyer, head of the key. Catch 3 on the way. Left iron no good. Bowen jumps up to pull in his 6th rebound on the left side of the lane. Catawba hustles front court. Pelote left wing. Heaves up a 3 and he spins that one in. 6-0 run for Catawba, all from deep. 66-58 Eagles by 8 with 2:54 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman with it front court. Davis, left wing with the basketball. Right hand dribbles, bounces over to Brennigan, right wing. Brennigan back to Davis, head of the key. Davis splits 2 defenders, and he gets called for steps. And Chuck Benson will burn a 30-second timeout. So Catawba, back-to-back threes. They had started 1 of 17 from beyond the arc, but Robinson and Pelote have canned back-to-back triples, and all of a sudden what was once a 14-point Carson-Newman lead has been carved down to 8 with 2:42 to play in the second half. It's a 66-58 lead for the Eagles over the Indians. Dyer, Brennigan, Bush, Davis, and Thomas come out of the huddle for Carson-Newman, while Catawba sends out Pelote, Robinson, Gerald, Bowen, and Hewitt. Catawba ball out of the Carson-Newman timeout, looking to extend a 6-0 run. Robinson has it right wing. Moves it down to Hewitt right corner. Back around the horn it goes to Pelote up top. Pelote drives on Brennigan, stops left elbow, shoots a tough 15-footer, and connects. 8-0 the run for Catawba. They've got it down to 6. 66-60 with 2:20 to play in the second half. Eagles in dire need of an answer point here. Davis off to Brennigan, right wing. Brennigan, one dribble back to Davis, left wing for a 3-ball. Back of the rim, no good. Pelote grabs his 11th rebound, and can Catawba make it a 4-point game or a 3-point game on this possession? Pelote accelerating, getting it to Gerald, right block. He lays it in. It's a 10-0 Catawba run, and all of a sudden this is a 4-point game with 1:50 to play in the second half. Carson-Newman led by 14 a little over 100 seconds ago. But Catawba, a 10-0 burst, and the Eagles in need of an answer. Thomas has it stolen away at the head of the key by Hewitt, and then he promptly commits his 4th personal foul. 4th on Thomas, 7th on the Eagles, 1-1 for the Indians with 97 seconds left. Carson-Newman hasn't scored in 2 minutes, 23 seconds, and in the interim, the Indians have rattled off a 10-0 run. Bernard Pelote with 5 on that spurt as Hewitt heads the line. He's 11 of 16 at the stripe this season. Make it 12 of 17 as he converts the front end of the 1-and-1. Nick Brennigan is in. E.J. Bush is out for the Eagles. And Hewitt heads to the line looking to extend this 11-0 Catawba run. Hewitt to make it a 2-point game, and he does. 66-64 with 97 seconds left. Eagles with it on the offensive end. Luke Brennigan, right wing with the ball, 2-point lead in hand. This was a 14-point game 3 minutes ago. Nick Brennigan, left of the lane, stops his dribble, leaps and passes. It's deflected and a turnover. Robinson the steal, gets it to Hewitt left corner. A three would give Catawba the lead. Pelote, head of the key with 70 seconds left. Flips it over to left wing. Robinson out to Bowen, head of the key. Catawba's made its last 4 shots. Hewitt, left wing, the three for the lead. Back of the rim, no good. Davis grabs the rebound in the left corner. Under a minute to go. Carson-Newman 66, Catawba 64. Indians have scored 12 straight. Carson-Newman has 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. Brennigan goes to Davis, right wing, with 12 to shoot. Lobs back to Brennigan, left wing. For Dyer at the head of the key, around to Nick Brennigan, right wing. 8 and 7 into the left corner. Luke Brennigan, a catch 3. Back of the rim, no good. Bowen grabs the rebound. Shot clock, game clock, for all intents and purposes, dead even. 66-64, Carson-Newman leads. Catawba calls for time. The Indians on a 12-0 run over the last 3 minutes, as the Eagles have gone cold over the last 3:32, in large part because of 3 turnovers. And Catawba, a 2 would tie it, a 3 would give the Indians the win, or the lead potentially. Full timeout for Catawba. Carson-Newman will try to get settled. Eagles have played well, but Catawba has knocked down some big-time threes. Chris Robinson and Bernard Pelote sparked this 12-0 run with back-to-back triples. And Carson-Newman hasn't been able to take care of the basketball on the offensive end to find some answer points. And that's in spite of the Eagles shooting 50% from the field after halftime and out-rebounding the Indians by 5. 66-64. Carson-Newman leads Catawba with 21.6 seconds left. Eagles with 2 timeouts remaining. Catawba has 1 left. Thomas, Dyer, Brennigan, Bush, and Davis on the floor for the Eagles. Looking for a defensive stop. Catawba with Pelote, Hewitt, Gerald, Bowen, and Robinson. Eagles by 2 with 21.6 seconds left. Carson-Newman led by 14 3 minutes ago, but haven't scored a bucket since a Trip Davis layup at the 4-minute mark. Catawba enters the ball. Pelote, Gerald, Robinson, Hewitt, and Bowen. Down by 2. 10 seconds left. Right wing for Robinson. Spins around on Davis. Gets the right elbow. Robinson fading. Leaves it short. Dyer the rebound. Ben Bowen fouls him with 2.7 seconds left. Charge the foul to Bowen. His second. Team 6. So Catawba will need to foul promptly with 2.7 seconds left. Bush can run the baseline to inbound. And they put 3.8 seconds back on the clock. Miles Washington is back into the game, replacing Ben Bowen. A twisting Robinson J was short. Dyer grabbed the rebound. And Carson-Newman needs to inbound and potentially knock down some free throws to hold on. Bush to trigger. Gets it into Trip Davis. Davis accelerates up the right sideline, and he nearly raced past the grasp of Michael Hewitt Jr. It's the first on Hewitt, the 7th team foul on the Indians, and a 1-and-1 situation for Trip Davis. It's a 2-possession game. 1-1 for Trip Davis. Davis. Crucial free throws here. Bends the knees. The front end of the 1-1 is through. 3-point game. 2.2 seconds left. One more free throw for Davis and a chance to make it a 2-possession contest. Davis lobs up the free throw and knocks it down. 21 for Davis. Catawba calls for time. Final timeout for the Indians is of the 30-second variety. 2.2 seconds left. And Catawba, the length of the floor to go, trailing by 4 points. If you're Carson-Newman, just don't foul. The ending over in Goodman Gym back on January 12th was probably more interesting than anybody would have cared for as a Carson-Newman fan. Near a mirror situation. Eagles had a 4-point lead late and fouled Catawba on a desperation heave, giving them some second life. Carson-Newman would go on to win by 3, but it was dicey. 2.2 left. Catawba, a 12-0 run to make this interesting late. But 2 Trip Davis free throws have put the Eagles up 4 with 2.2 left. Eagles do not guard the inbounds man. As it comes to the timeline, Hewitt splits 2 defenders, puts up a 3, in and out, no good. Ball game over. Eagles win. The final score, Carson-Newman 68 and Catawba 64. For the first time in series history, the Eagles have won 4 straight over the Indians. This one had moments of trepidation with that 12-0 Catawba run. However, Carson-Newman does enough to secure the W and improve to 15-9 overall and 12-8 in South Atlantic Conference play. The Indians fall to 9-12 and 8-11 in league action. Certainly an interesting one here inside of Holt Fieldhouse today. Catawba did not go quietly into the night, but Carson-Newman wins 68-64. Domino's postgame report is headed your way when we come back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Grab a slice. Our coverage of CN Hoops continues with the Domino's postgame report on the Eagles Sports Network.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owner's insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagles Sports Network.
Catching 2-3 won't go down, but Bush elevates and detonates.
Your stats breakdown, a conversation with Chuck Benson, and player interviews are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, the official beverage of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Quality Suites, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier.
Well, things were probably a little more interesting than Carson-Newman would have preferred late, but the Eagles do enough, and two Trip Davis free throws get the job done in a 68-64 win for Carson-Newman over the Catawba Indians. Once again, the Eagles do the job with defense, limit Catawba to 38% shooting in the contest, and if not for two late threes, Carson-Newman likely wins this one running away with it. However, the Indians got those triples from Bernard Perlotte and Chris Robinson on a night where the Indians started just 1 of 17 from beyond the arc. Those two late threes helped spark a 12-0 Catawba run and make things interesting late. Eagles led 66-52 off of a Trip Davis layup with 4 minutes to play, and that would be the last field goal that Carson-Newman would hit. However, two Trip Davis free throws with 2 seconds left after the Eagles got a stop where Catawba had the ball with a chance to tie. Eagles are able to hang on in this one in a season fraught with close losses for Carson-Newman. The Eagles able to hang on and prevail over the Catawba Indians. Trip Davis, a game-high 21 points. He was efficient and effective and stat sheet stuffing. 21 points for Trip to go along with 6 rebounds and 6 assists for the Eagles. Luke Brennigan was Carson-Newman's only other double-digit scorer. He had 11 points for Carson-Newman, 4 of 12 from the field and 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. Bryant Thomas, 5 points, 7 boards, a couple blocks and an assist. It's a two-man show as well for Catawba, who was playing shorthanded. Caleb Robinson exited the game in the first half with a broken nose. Trevion Lamar serving the third game of a suspension for fighting against Limestone. Catawba without some horses today. Bernard Perlotte steps up with a double-double, 20 points and 11 rebounds. And Peyton Gerald was something fierce. 16 points on 8 of 10 shooting to go along with 4 rebounds for Catawba. Indians do shoot 47% from the field after halftime, but Carson-Newman able to get some stops when they needed them, especially on that last possession, to hold the Indians below 40% shooting. Catawba 38% from the field. Carson-Newman finishes 40.4% from the field. Aided by knocking down 50% of their shots after halftime. Neither team could make a basket in the first half, and that certainly shows up in the final numbers. Offense was a bit better after halftime, but still probably not the efficiency that either one of these teams would look for. Carson-Newman improves to 15-9 on the year, 12-8 in South Atlantic Conference play, while Catawba falls to 9-12 and 8-11 in SAC play. Time now for our AEC electrifying play of the game. It goes to Trip Davis. Davis with the lightning quick reflexes to roll past the defender and get a bucket at the 4-minute mark that put the Eagles up 14. That's our AEC electrifying play of the day. Make the right call for energy efficiency and score big savings today. Contact AEC. They are your trusted energy partner. AEC, powering the Carson-Newman Eagles, Mossy Creek, and your life. After all, you're not just a utility customer. You are a co-op member. Carson-Newman turns its attentions to a road game Wednesday when the Eagles take on the Mountain Lions of Mars Hill. Before we get there, we'll check in with Chuck Benson, his his post-game comments. We'll head your way here in a moment. Yeah, we were going to take a break. We're going to keep it here for Chuck to amble his way courtside following the Eagles' 68-64 win over the Catawba College Catawba Indians. Adam Cavalier alongside the Eagles head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, probably a bit more interesting than you would have preferred down the stretch run.
Can't you hear the deep breath, Cav? Yeah, that was a Cav, here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna let that ending sour a conference win on a Saturday when, as you and I both know, Mama Zal's done it again. Nothing's gonna sour me right now. Even that funky little 3-minute finish.
You kind of alluded to it. This team needed some success, built the lead, and able to do just enough to taste the result of, in reality, 40 minutes of very solid defensive basketball.
Yeah, I'll take it every day.
Offense obviously had its ups and downs today.
Yeah. Well, again, let me give Catawba credit from the standpoint of they made scores tough, and it wasn't necessarily any one thing they were doing other than we just were having a hard time, I guess, attacking what we were seeing. And we'll look at the tape and try to work on getting better from this. That's the objective, to have experiences and learn and grow and evolve. But yeah, I mean, we struggled to put the ball in the basket. In the second half, we found some shots and made them. But really, I guess one of the biggest things was there at the end, man. We just, and the player said to me downstairs, like, one guy in particular said, "Hey, Coach, I think we're playing not to lose." I'm like, when would we start doing that? I mean, I don't know, like, when we've ever talked in that context before. Like, we get stops, we reward ourselves with running. We get downhill on people in the full court or half court. We attack the rim and try to score it. So we will still have a lot of games to play this year, I hope, and we'll learn from this. Hopefully, if we can, we will.
You kind of alluded to it. It felt like you were deadliest tonight when you were in transition and getting stops.
And we got a lot of them. I don't know. There's no question Trip Davis is our best transition attack guy, but he seemed like he got fatigued there the second half. We spelled him a little bit, and let him try to find his legs again. But even then, he still felt. I mean, he still like he was fatigued. But we just can't. That cannot be our response. Our response is we get stops, we run to find easier shots in transition. Period. I don't care time, score, anything. We're gonna push it. And not just deflate ourselves by slowing it down.
You allude to Tripp, electric tonight. 21 points.
Yeah.
6 boards, 6 assists. How much of that came from what he was doing in transition?
Well, you saw it as well as I did. Most of it was based on his rim attack stuff. What did he take? He took 2 threes. The rest were rim attack 2s, floaters, finishes in transition, or some in the half court too. But he's just best when he gets going in transition. Always has been. So we got to continue to. Our first shot defense is really good, and we've got to make sure we pay ourselves back by getting out and running.
Shuffled your lineup a little bit today, at least the rotation. Dima Bykov big minutes, Cam McElhaney big minutes. What'd you see from those two tonight?
Well, they're up here to speak on the radio, so it tells you I liked what I saw. Really, really happy for
That's the Cavalier household. It's not yours, Chuck.
I was confused there for a minute.
My wife was bringing that
She was bringing that to me.
No, she wasn't. She was setting that there to protect, because this is you don't see behind the camera.
It's
it
madness.
is absolute madness on this floor. There are a lot of children.
Yeah. This could end badly. But okay. We'll address that in a moment, Cav. Back to Dima and Mac. We made some changes in the lineup just to sort of change some things up and see if we could maybe generate some other kind of actions on both ends. And those guys performed very well. I'm really happy for Dima. I mean, he's obviously he's a crowd favorite, and when he gets up there and does what he did today, what do you have? 7 points, 8 boards, and an assist.
Matt matched his career high for rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was impactful. When McElhaney came in there and had 4 and 3, those guys gave us 30 good minutes of play.
Turn your attention to the Mars Hill Lions on Wednesday. Penultimate road game of the season. What'd you learn from this one that you apply Wednesday against the Mountain Lions of Mars Hill?
Well, it's pretty simple, man. It's about us. It's really never about who we play as much as it is about us and us enjoying every opportunity, be it practice or game. As I told you before, I've loved coaching this team this year. And we still have 4 regular season games and then a conference tournament. And we want to maximize all these opportunities as best we can. But I guess the biggest takeaway is we can't let the foot off the gas, Cav. If we put ourselves in a position like we did today when it's, 14, 16-point lead with 3 minutes to go?
14-point lead. I can't remember when the score happened to start dwindling it for Catawba, but Tripp Davis made a bucket to put you up 66-52 at the 4:03 mark.
Okay, well, and we just, we sort of took our foot off the gas, and they made some. Give them credit. They made some really difficult shots. They did. They took some tough ones because their back was up against it. They made some tough ones, but we were just resilient, determined enough on the last possession to get a stop and secure the victory. So we got to learn. You just keep on keeping on until the horn sounds.
All right, Chuck. Pleasure as always. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Sorry. Yeah, your wife.
If I don't address this,
your wife yelled something at you.
My wife let me know that my oldest Jake won his game tonight by 3.
Oh.
And then I saw the younger Cooper win his game this morning, and then we get a win today. So
Benson household's 3-0.
3-0 day makes for a really, really happy, enjoyable Saturday evening.
Well, go enjoy it, Chuck. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Cap.
That is Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Cam McElhaney, Dima Bykov to the microphone when the Domino's postgame report returns after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Miss out on tonight's postgame interviews? Check cneagles.com for stats, recaps, and videos from tonight's games. We close out the Domino's postgame report in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military.
Final!
I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard and thinking about it that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your perspective.
Next,
278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
All right, back on the Domino's post-game report as Carson-Newman prevails over Catawba College's Catawba Indians by a final score of 68-64. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman. Oh, good Lord, seventh year senior?
Sixth year.
Been around a minute, Dima, and set a career high in rebounds today, 8 of them. Off the bench in 14 minutes to go along with 7 points. Big-time minutes for you, especially with Bryant Thomas in foul trouble in the second half. What keyed your performance today?
Keyed your performance? Just got to – was ready to go when it was time to go, do my thing.
This game swelled because Carson-Newman got up and down in transition, it felt. How much of an emphasis was that off of their misses to go fast the other way?
Wait, what?
To get it up and down the floor.
I mean, it wasn't really – how many points in transition they had?
17 for Carson-Newman.
What about them?
9.
I mean, there's that. I mean, it was not big of a challenge, honestly. So 17-9, that's pretty good.
Struggled on the glass early, but ended up on the plus side of the rebounding margin at the halftime break. What adjustments did you make as a team to tilt that in the Eagles' favor?
Well, they had like 7 offensive rebounds first 8 minutes of the game, and then like 3 offensive the other 12 minutes. So we just made an adjustment, more physical, tough, more locked in, 1-to-1 ratios. Everybody was ready, did their jobs.
I guess that does tell the tale of the tape. 7 offensive rebounds for the Indians in the first 8 minutes, 7 the rest of the way for Catawba. Second to last road game of the regular season on Wednesday at Mars Hill. What's this team need to do to improve from probably a game that you'd prefer to have not been single digits, heading to Burt Stanford Arena on Wednesday to play the Mountain Lions?
Well, the biggest thing probably is that last 4 minutes or so, we really played not to lose rather than playing to win. And that same situation was happened against Tusculum, and it just didn't go as well. So we had to make sure we keep going, performing for the full 40 minutes, and don't get too scared the last few minutes and got to finish the job.
All right, Dima, thanks for the time. Congrats on a career high in rebounds.
Thank you.
Win. That is senior center Dima Bykoff. Quickly around the Sac and the Eagle family in the middle of the 6th inning, Delta State has a 3-2 lead over the Carson-Newman softball program. Eagles with Sturgill, Cameron, and Corbin to the bat rack with an opportunity to tie or take the lead in the bottom of the 6th of that contest. On the diamond, Carson-Newman baseball has opened up a 9-0 lead on West Alabama thanks to a 6-run top of the 4th inning, a bases-loaded walk for Killian Daughtry, a wild pitch, another bases-loaded walk, and a 3-run single to center field from Andrew Carpenter has the Eagles up 9-0. On the basketball court, Anderson holds on against Lenore Rhine, 69-66 on their home court. It's Coker who falling to Mars Hill. That's the Eagles' next opponent, 88-74. Lincoln Memorial stiff arms Newberry on the road, 74-61. The final from Eliezer Arena. Jordan Guest had 26 points to power the Rail Splitters. Queens throttles UVA-Wise 114-60. That's back-to-back 50-plus point wins for the Royals, who shoot 64% from the field and knock down, get this, 19 of 29 threes. That is stupid efficient. Jamari Smith had 21 and 6 to lead all scorers, while Kenny Dye had a double-double with 17 points and 12 assists. This is the Domino's postgame report. I'm Adam Cavalier, joined by freshman combo guard forward Cam McElhaney. Mac, Quality effort for you off the bench in 13 minutes, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Rotation shuffled up a little bit today. How would you grade your performance in that second group?
I mean, it's tough to personally grade my performance. I just like to let CB kind of do that thing. CB, KT, the rest of the staff. But
it's a safe answer.
Yeah. I kind of just go out there and just try to play as hard as I can and just do what we got to do to win.
Rebounding on display today. It was an issue early, but +7 on the glass for the game and +6 in the second half. What did this team do to use that to its advantage in this one?
I mean, just really getting out and running. I think that we made a really big deal out of that this week in practice. Just run the floor hard, and when we got stops and rebounds, we were running, especially in the second half. So when we do that, that's really good for us.
Back-to-back home games that see a fair amount of trepidation down the stretch. Tusculum completed the comeback in spite of trailing big late. You are able to stiff-arm Catawba. What lessons does this team need to learn from these last 2 home games, bearing that in mind?
I mean, really, like we said in the locker room, we just got to play to win instead of playing not to lose. I think that's really kind of been our mindset a little bit in these past couple of home games. But just taking that mindset of play to win, don't. I mean, we slow down a little bit, but don't play timid. Just go out there and keep playing, especially in the last 4 minutes.
Turn your attention to the penultimate road game of the season. Trip up the mountain to Mars Hill to take on the Lions. What do you take from this one that you apply there on Wednesday?
Really just what we emphasized this week. I think running hard in transition, rebounding, and then just controlling what our must statements that we always talk about before every game.
All right, Mac, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
That is freshman guard forward Camden McElhaney. Eagles get the job done over the Catawba College Catawba Indians by a final score of 68-64. Our next presentation of Carson-Newman Athletics heads your way on Tuesday when the baseball program takes on the King Tornado. That is a 2 p.m. first pitch. Next basketball games are Wednesday evening against the Mars Hill Lions. Women's game at 5:30, men's game at 7:30, airtime at 5:15 here on the Eagle Sports Network. For our entire crew today, Mia Toribio making her directorial debut, Richard Martin running replay, and then our camera operators, Autumn Ritzko, Micah Edwards, and Brianna Witt, as well as our producer back inside the studios, Susan Bailey. I'm Adam Cavalier. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon. Once again, the final score from Holt Fieldhouse. It's Carson-Newman 68 and Catawba 64. Join us again on Wednesday, and until then, have a pleasant rest of your Saturday. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to the Domino's postgame report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, the official beverage of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser-focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service-built. By Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By Quality Suites, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. The executive producer of the Eagle Sports Network is Matt Pope. Producers Adam Cavalier, Michael Watdrang, Richard Big Daddy Martin, Brian White, and Justin J-Dog Franklin. I'm staff announcer Carl Shannon. A special thanks to Carson-Newman and University President Charles A. Fowler. Stay tuned to these stations for information on our next presentation of Carson-Newman basketball. In the meantime, visit cneagles.com for recaps, highlights, and interviews from today's game. This is the Eagle Sports